It's true. It's really hard to fit into your white competition gown. My mother was still calling me last week asking me if I would fit into this gown that I'm wearing right now. And I told her, I'm trying really, really hard. I really like cookies and cake, so I remember walking into my interview last year when I was competing for Miss Miami 2007 and just trying to think of a really good closing to say to the judges. And my mom was talking to me and she was telling me, you know, Bill Gates' wife lives her life with a philosophy to whom much is given, much is expected. And I was like, wow, it's so true though. I feel like I've lived such a blessed life. I've been given so many gifts from my family, from my friends, from God, that I understand it comes with a set of expectations. When they put this crown on me last year, it was a gift. And this year has opened so many doors and opportunities. I am so incredibly thankful for everything that's happened to me this year. It completely changed my life. I was set to go to Rollins College and get my master's in business administration after I graduated from the University of Central Florida. And after I won this title, I wanted to go to the University of Miami and study communications. And that's where I am right now. I'm pursuing my master's in communications because of this title. There's been so many highlights of this year. My platform is SPEAK, Suicide Prevention, Education, Awareness, and Knowledge. The educational component deals with going into schools and talking to students about depression, suicide ideation, and ways of preventing suicide, not only with themselves, but able to identify it with other people and other individuals so you can truly help. And I've been able to speak to so many students. Tonight, the entertainment that was provided by Aspira South Middle School, they're one of the products of my year as Miss Miami. I began teaching temporarily as a Polynesian dance teacher, preparing them for a cultural showcase that occurred last December. But after all the support that the students got from the faculty, administration, parents, and the students just wanted to continue, I couldn't say no. And hence, my weekends are gone. But I absolutely love my students, and I absolutely love kids. I also work at Disney. Yeah, I really like kids. But back to Aspira South, I just like to thank several individuals from there. Ms. Piloto, who's the mom of two of my students. She's been carpooling them everywhere, making sure everything's labeled, their costumes, having everything put together. I would lose my mind if I didn't have you, Ms. Piloto. Thank you. Mr. Dennis and Mr. Trinidad and Ms. Dennis, thank you so much for encouraging me to continue teaching your students. They've been an absolute blessing in my life, and I really hope I've been able to influence them in positive ways. So thank you for both. Of course, I'd like to thank my kids. They were absolutely phenomenal. They're so adorable. They're a little bit nervous before they perform, which leaves me absolutely bewildered because they're born performers. So kids, thank you very much. I also make the Polynesian dance costumes I perform in. The costume I performed in tonight took me a long time to make. And I also make the costumes for my kids. But I'd like to thank Derek because he helped me make their costumes because I found myself so short on time, and he was there to help me. Thank you. This year, along with my platform with SPEAK, I was named an ambassador for Switchboards in Miami, which is the Crisis and Suicide Prevention Center for Miami-Dade. I'm also a crisis and suicide counselor for Lifeline of Central Florida, where I began volunteering back last March. And when I moved to Miami, I wanted to become involved with Switchboards and continue being a crisis counselor, and I'm in the process of training to be a crisis counselor with them, and also speaking on their behalfs to schools with my program SPEAK. So I'd like to thank Jeff and Catherine, the administrators from Switchboards. I'd like to thank my mentor from Lifeline of Central Florida, Davus Jenkins. He really helped me understand myself and really spurred me and motivated me to help other people. I think it's very important for individuals to have mentors. I mean, I consider myself an adult right now. I just turned 21 this past Wednesday, and I'd say I'm an adult, but there's so many individuals I still look up to because I feel like I'm their child. Not only mom and dad who are sitting right there in the audience, who I am so proud to be your daughter and so proud to be half Filipino and half Polish. I'm a Polopino. I'd like to thank my coworkers from Delivery for Tip. This year I was named Vice President and also spokesperson for deliveryfortip.com, which is a fine dining restaurant delivery service. And I'd just like to thank the CEO, Alex K. We have Big Alex, Little Alex, his wife Slavina. We're all a team. I'd like to thank my professors at UM. They've been more than just teachers, they've been mentors, and they've really helped shape my perspective in life. To the Miss Miami board, I feel that things happen for a reason. I tried 3 years to get to Miss Florida, and it finally happened last year when I represented our city at Miss Florida. It took me 3 years to get there, but you know, I asked myself, why can I win other local preliminaries to get to Miss Florida? You know, things happen for a reason, they happen at the right time. And I firmly believe that the judges picked me to be Miss Florida, to be Miss Miami, because God meant for Carol and Kelly to be put into my life. And I am so thankful to you both for the support that you gave me that week when it seemed like the littlest thing as breaking a nail would be something that would throw me off. But because of your support and guidance and advice, I was able to persevere through any little crisis. Actually, this gown that I was wearing, back to fitting into white gowns, it wasn't fitting me that Thursday of my evening gown competition. And I was a little flustered. I didn't know what I was going to do, so I calmed myself down, thought of what options do I have available. I have backup gowns I could wear? No, my parents bought me this gown specifically to wear at Miss Florida, so that wasn't an option. So I asked for a needle, thread, and scissors. And I actually altered the gown that day. So it's true. Any crisis situation that you're facing, it's either to make you stronger for your eventual goal, or it's to redirect you to something greater in your life. So I encourage you all, with any seemingly bad situation or downfall you might be experiencing, it's about rising to the occasion. You can't measure a person by how they fall, but by how they pick themselves up. So just remember, whenever you're facing any crisis situation, you will persevere, you will go through this. And it's my friends, my family, my mentors who have helped me to see this. I am so thankful for you all. Mom, Dad, I'd like to thank you both lastly, but foremost. Even though I'm not competing today, I always am able to bring up the story of my dad and how he was able to escape from communist Poland when he was 17 with a dream to come to America to make a life for himself, but to raise a family and to give them everything that he was never able to have growing up. Thank you, Dad, for giving me my life. Thank you. I love you. So, with all of that said, thank you so much for this year, for this blessing. Even though I'm giving up my reigning title, I'm still determined to continue speaking to kids about my platform, because you know what? I now realize they'll still listen even if you don't have a crown put on your head. The crown acts as a microphone, and it strengthens your speaking voice. But even if that microphone is taken away, you can still speak and you still can be heard because you've already gotten people's attention. So thank you for this year. Thank you for all of the experiences that I've had, because they've helped me develop to the person who I am today, and I'm very happy with who I am today. Thank you.
Thank you, Tara. And now we're going to bring Kelly up. Can you do this?